Spent 3 years coming into somebody's chat that you don't like. That was awesome. Oh, you're happy? Oh, what, he responded something? So else? I'm dying, man. Thanks for reading all my chats. I'm not going to be responsible for this.
More gold is required. More Job's done. Off I go then. Yes, me lord. Off I go then.
Σήμερα αξίζει να ανταμείβεσαι για κάθε σου κίνηση. Γι' αυτό το Go for More σε επιβραβεύει σε ό,τι κάνεις και αυτό το pass.
No way. What are you doing? Protesters at UCLA stop students from attending classes? Oh yeah, this has been crazy. This has been just absolutely nuts. So I actually saw like there's a lot of articles about this and videos entitled Protesters. I'll go ahead and I'll watch it. Here we go.
Not even a political thing, it's just trying to go to class.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to class, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're yeah, no.
The thing is, even if once you exit the encampment, there's security there, they won't let you go further. It's not just us that block things off.
I'd rather hear that from security.
You can go ask them.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the point.
You can't get out basically from the other side.
I don't need to get out. My class is up there on the quad.
Ready to work.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens whenever you don't have the police that do something about it. That's the problem. And so, like, this is the reason. And so, like, what's going to happen in this situation? Eventually, somebody is going to go and push somebody down. Somebody's going to fall on that pavement and hurt themselves, whether this is a protester or a counter-protester. Somebody's going to get hurt. And this is why you need to have police. See, like, everybody thinks that police are just there to stop, you know, like, robberies and stuff, but the police are the ones that are supposed to resolve stuff like this. That way people don't feel like they have to. Because if these guys knew that the police were just going to come and get rid of these people, well, then they'd have no problem. But the issue is that whenever they do this, you know, how do you resolve this? I go to UCLA. It's just annoying now because most of my classes are online. UCLA is so open. Blocking these pathways are meaningless because I can just find a different way in the class. Yeah, but like, what? Like, you shouldn't have to. Like, just because somebody can find a different way doesn't really mean that that's okay. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. Blocking people from classes is a sure way to, yeah, if classes are paying tens of thousands of dollars for. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Police is already acting as we speak on Columbia. Yeah. Let me see. Are there any more posts about this? No. Oh, here's one more. Okay, and then I'll look at some of the other posts here. Jewish UCLA student is blocked from entering his own school when he tries to attend class. Uh-oh.
You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here.
There he is.
Off, not by the security guard, but by you two. You three. Oh, look, they're making the burr while I'm going this way. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this. Look at this. I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school. And they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there. I want to use the why can't they? Will you let me go in? This could be over in a second. Just let me and my friends go in.
Yeah.
Then you can move. Will you move?
Our allies' town is under siege.
Okay, we're going. We're going. I'm going in. I have my hands up. I'm not hurting them. I'm not hurting them. That's what they do. That's what they do, everybody. You guys are promoting aggression. You guys are promoting hate. We're UCLA students. We deserve to be there.
Let's go.
I don't think it has anything to do with him being a Jew. I mean, to be honest, he's obviously Jewish. He's got the thing right there. I think they're just blocking everybody off, to be fair. But, yeah, this is why you have the police. That's it. Violence is not the answer. You're right. But here's the thing, is that this will eventually happen to somebody, and then somebody will punch one of the protesters, and then there'll be a fight. That's what's going to happen. Because that's what happens every time in a situation like this. And that's why, again, you need to have the police. Because if you don't have the police, then people take justice into their own hands. That's what happens. Violence is definitely an answer. Well, for a lot of people, it would be. It's like they're going to look at it from, you are, you know, physically impeding me, so I'm going to have to physically overpower you because you have initiated physical aggression. Like, I think that the idea that the only way you can be physically aggressive is if you are, like, violent, that's not really true. Like, if you're impeding somebody's movement, if you're trying to, like, impose yourself over them, if you're trying to, like, you know, like, control them, like, grab them, there's a lot of ways that you can be violent without necessarily punching somebody. And I do think that this is a method of violence. It definitely is. And, you know, if you do something like this, it's just a matter of time till somebody gets pissed off and hits you. That's really the truth. You don't get to be a vigilante? Well, yeah, exactly. And that's what the problem is that you don't need vigilantes whenever you have police. Because the police are there to take the responsibility off of the people from administering the law. That's really what I would say. No, if police were there, would be people like playing grass. 6'4", 300 pounds, I'd walk right through these people. Yeah, of course you would. And then they would get hurt. And then they would try to attack you. And then you would attack them. And then somebody is like, you know, because like if you're 6'4", 300 pounds and you hit one of these girls, they're going to be fucked up. Like, let's be honest. They're going to be massively fucked up. And then now this is a big problem. And I'm not even saying it's a bad, I'm not even saying don't, like, you're wrong for doing that. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that it escalates to a point where nobody wants it to be at. That's the perspective, right? Assault charge, yeah. And so, are we able to get a police officer and explain why there is an officer on duty to stop these barricades into the school? I think the reason why is that this is private property and the school hasn't... Like, so this is, I don't know this, right? But, like, I'm making a guess. My guess is that the school thinks that they can effectively ignore this and they don't want to have a larger controversy. So, because this school is private property, the police, like, you know, for example, like, if you're blocking somebody at a Walmart, the person who you're calling to solve that problem, or sorry, the person who calls to solve that problem is a, what do you call it? Is the people that work at the Walmart. It's public? Well, it is and it's not, right? So, like, it's open to the public, but at the same time, private individuals own this, and generally, like, for example, if there's an altercation at a Walmart and two people aren't getting along, the person who's really going to resolve this is probably going to be people that own the Walmart, and they're the ones that call the police. So I think it's really the school isn't calling the police to resolve this because they don't want to have a bigger issue on their hand. So that's what I'm assuming probably happened. So, and I assume also, like, if they call the police would easily get rid of this. It would be over in like 30 seconds. But they're not doing that. If the school didn't call them, then nothing can be done. Yeah, exactly. The school just hasn't dealt with that. Why do you think this video isn't about anti-Semitism? Because in a lot of the other videos, they were blocking other people too. So if the common denominator isn't Jews, then it's probably not about Jews, right? So, and also, like, I mean, maybe it is, but you can't narrow it down. Like, for example, like, it seems like nobody else is getting through either. This guy obviously is Jewish, and so that's, you know, kind of like an insult to injury. But I don't think that's the fundamental reason why. It's not like they specifically disallowed him because he was a Jew. They're just disallowing everybody. So yeah, if that makes sense. No, yeah, they're just being assholes, right? I mean, yeah. I'm saying, like, yeah, and they might be anti-Semitic too, but this isn't really an evidence of it. So yeah, but they don't have the right to block anyone, though? Exactly, yeah. No, you're totally right. That's why I'm saying they're assholes, but I don't think it's necessarily being anti-Semitic. How does stopping people from getting from school help their cause? Well, it doesn't, and I think that everybody knows that. And really, like, I do think this is, like, super counterproductive. You know, people are going to see this, and they look at these people, and these people don't look like the good guys. They do not look like the good guys. Whenever people are trying to go to a college class, and, like, they just decided to wall off an area and not let people get through, yeah, they don't. Like, yeah, it's just that simple. Wow, this really went super viral. Look at this. This is just a post on my Reddit, and it has 12,000 updates. It's crazy that so many people are reporting this for seemingly no reason. People love to group identity politics. We're gonna hold you accountable and treat you like shit. Why is this even allowed? It's not a protest. Yeah, these people don't know when their rights stop and approaches a crime to other people's rights. Least anti-Semitic protesters. Why are people allowed to harass others for their religion, not be immediately expelled from the university? Because the universities support it? I don't think the universities support it. I think they're afraid of not condemning it. Or sorry, they're afraid of condemning it. So it's not that they support it, they're just afraid of repercussions if they say that it's bad. Americans are so hilarious. True, true, true. This is nuts. You're paying $100K to attend to college, and these clowns are prohibiting you from going to class. Yeah, everybody is against this. I guess so. So they have no issues condemning Christians? Yeah, well, I mean, the reason why is that, like, it's not seen as discriminatory condemning Christians versus Muslims because it's a Christian country, so it's like we're condemning our own people and it's not seen as like othering them. I'm not justifying it, I'm just explaining it, by the way. I'm not saying, oh, this is true, but yeah, I think that's the reason. Your sub is very pro-Israeli too, keep that in mind. You think my sub's pro-Israel? I don't know if they are or not. You know, to me, I think it's important that people can talk about things and just have an open conversation. I think that most of the people in my subreddit probably are more like, we don't really give a fuck. Stop ruining everything else in the process of your protest, right? That's really the way I would say it. I think that's what most people think, because that's what I think, right? And so it would make sense that people would have the same viewpoint that I do. Most liberty-minded people are. Yeah, I think so. And yeah, anyway, so there's been a lot of crazy shit going on here. Let me see if I can find this. So Columbia University looks like they kind of had enough. They had enough of this shit. And so here we go. Let's take a look at it. And let me make sure I get caught up here. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm all caught up. And we go all the way down.
What is it? What is it? If you want.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
I'm here.
Yep, all right, here we go.
Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord.
Oh, that's loud. Yeah. They did stop, by the way. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they got arrested. But, you know, this is before that happened. Jesus, look how dirty that is. So there it is, right? Obviously, they're upset. Protesters compare NYPD to the KKK as corrections buses are brought in. Uh-oh. Yep. Uh-oh, there's the police bus. Should have been a short bus. Man, they're going on a field trip. Yep. They're just like the KKK. Isn't it great that we have a bunch of privileged white people going to one of the best universities in the world? That's at least the best university in the country, one of them, that are talking about how police officers are like the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's the same thing, guys. Oh my god. It's like, you know, I hear that and like, to me that sounds a lot like privilege. That's just what I think. Mm-hmm. To be fair, I'm sure that a lot of the protesters are probably leading by example. Most of them probably don't have a job. Mm-hmm. Yep. Get a job. Yeah, so there it is, and let's see here. Reporter grills Columbia student after she demands the university help feed protesters occupying Hamilton Hall.
Shall not falter for the light.
Well, first of all, we're saying that they're obligated to provide food to students who pay for a meal plan here. To allow it to be brought in, I mean, well, I guess it's ultimately a question of what kind of community and obligation Columbia feels it has to its students. Do you want students to die of dehydration?
Yeah. That's obviously why. Yeah, that's clearly the reason.
And starvation or get severely ill, even if they disagree with you, if the answer is...
I'm sure that's what Columbia wants to do. That's their end goal is to kill their students. Of course, she figured it out, guys.
No, then you should allow basic... I mean, it's crazy to say because we're on an Ivy League campus, but this is like basic humanitarian aid we're asking for. Like, could people please have a glass of water?
Bo, they actually act like they're in Palestine.
Job's done. What is it? All right, done. All work.
It's like a cosplay convention.
Yes, my lord.
Instead of dressing up like furries, they're pretending to be in a war zone. They're LARPing, yeah.
But they did put themselves in that very difficult situation, in that position.
What is it? Ready to work. Job's done. Yes, my lord. Our forces are under attack.
Nobody's asking them to bring anything. We're asking them to not violently stop us from bringing in basic humanitarian aid. We are looking for a commitment from them that they will not stop it.
Our forces are under attack.
Well, I don't know to what extent it has been attempted, but we're looking for a commitment.
Job's done.
Yeah, I think they're in a pretty bad position. Like, Columbia can't do that, because if Columbia does that, then they're acknowledging and allowing those people to be in the building in that way. And if a fire starts and people get hurt, then they can sue Columbia because Columbia enabled people to do that outside of the context of what they're supposed to do with safety regulations. So that's it's liability, yeah. Like, it's just, again, this is a person going to an Ivy League school. Just think about it for like 5 seconds here. It should be expelled from the school? Yeah, but like, Columbia's been cleared. Yeah, the police completely wrecked them about an hour ago. No, I'll go through everything. The risk manager is probably stressing. Yeah. I mean, it's just that I think these people have, like, you know, super main character syndrome, right? And so they're not really going to be thinking about it in the context of anything other than, am I getting what I want or not? Police prepare to enter Hamilton Hall at Columbia. Protesters boo them. Uh-oh, here we go. There it is. That's a lot of reading. Yep. Uh-oh. There it is. What the fuck is the brain of these people? Well, I mean, like, they're, you know, the majority of people that, what do you call it? The majority of people that do this, these are people that live massively sheltered, extremely safe lives, and I think that a lot of them have, like, some sort of, like, internalized guilt for that, because it's like, you know, we live in this amazing, perfect world, and I think they probably feel guilty for the fact that that's the case whenever there are people in Palestine and it's like they're not having a good time. You know, like I've seen the pictures, like they're really not, because they're like getting killed. But, you know, people in America have to figure out some sort of way to make it about themselves. I understand why the university saw the takeover of Hamilton Hall as an escalation. My concern is whenever you bring the police in, there are unintended consequences. Uh-oh, here we go.
Well, I'm terribly concerned, and I'm very sad. I understand why the university saw the takeover of Hamilton Hall as an escalation.
Well, it's just against the law, and you can't just take over a random building because some people aren't doing what you want. I mean, like, there's really not... I guarantee you, if people were taking over the CNN building, this person would be saying it's an attack on free speech and democracy, and, you know, like, the police need to be holding these people accountable. We need to see their names. So, yeah, I mean, this is just... he doesn't really believe that, right? The moment that this happened to him, or something he believed in, or his house, or something he had value in, this would just immediately disappear.
I look forward to learning why they decided to move now. The building was taken over earlier today. Let's make clear to everybody, freedom of speech does not include vandalism. It does not protect you if you take a building or occupy a building. So this is not what the students engaged in, the demonstrators, was not...
Well, if they didn't engage in taking over a building, then why aren't the police officers coming in from the main door?
Forces are under attack. Job's done.
Because that, see, like, to me,
Job's done.
like, I mean, what is this, Anne Orlando?
Job's done.
What are we doing?
Job's done. Our towns are under attack.
The exercise of their First Amendment rights today. They escalated the situation. My concern, however, is that when you bring the police in,
Yeah.
there are unintended consequences, I'm sure, and I worry about...
He's right. He is definitely right. And the protesters should have thought about that before they decided to break the law. Yep, you're right. That's why you don't break the law. True.
Students getting hurt, not deliberately by the police, but things can happen.
Well, they wouldn't. The reason why they're getting hurt by the police is because they're in a place that they don't need to be in and they're breaking the law. Here's a really good bit of advice for how to avoid being hurt by the police. Don't break the law. That is going to really, that's going to take the probability of you getting hurt by the police down by a huge amount, guys. Like a massive, 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 huge amount. And it's really not that hard.
And it's very difficult to control a situation like this. John Miller will know better than me. But I worry about the health of my students, and I worry about the health of students who've made mistakes. I am saddened by the escalation that the student demonstrators engaged in today.
Big mistake.
It really was unjustified.
It was.
Regardless of the moral outrage one should have about the effect on civilians in Gaza, that is not a justification.
He's right.
For engaging in violent acts here in New York City.
True.
What has happened today is terribly worrying, and what we're watching now...
I don't think it's worrying at all. This is the way it's supposed to be. There's always been shit like this happening. Like every 10, 15 years, there's something like this that happens. Whether it's the LA riots, Occupy Wall Street, this, BLM riots. Like, look, I mean, this happens all the time. I mean, it's basically like the country turns into a PvP server like about once every 15 years. And it seems like it's happening more often. Every 4 years, yeah, things are going to be even more often.
Because of the unexpected and the role of accident could turn out very badly. So I worry about the health and safety of the students and of the police too.
I worry about the police. Yeah, I don't care about the students. They're breaking the law. Fuck them. It's the police officers. They're the ones that have to deal with this shit. NYPD correction bushes push through crowd. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy.
I await your command. Forces
I remember I did this in Call of Duty.
Our town is under siege.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, my lord. Shall not falter.
Was that Will Ferrell from Saturday Night Live needs more cowbell? Like, what is it? Why would you? What's that gonna do? Oh yeah. Beat a pot for Palestine.
We're under attack.
Bring out the riot cowbells. This is a revolutionary pan. There it is. Yep. That pan will go down in history. I bet it will. Oh, there they go. That's a lot of police officers. Holy shit. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Even more of them. There it is. Yeah. That's crazy. It's actually Anne Orlando. Like, I mean, how did this happen? Oh my god. Police are now occupying the building. Who kicks them out? I don't know. Yeah, and arrests are made. Oh, here we go. Yep. Oh. Yep. Man, get fucked. I know. They're getting tased? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yep. Chain lightning. 100% self-inflicted. Jesus. My leg, yeah. They're still LARPing. That's Dark Souls. He's rolling. Oh my god. The LARPing will continue? I have a feeling it won't. Yeah. It's time for the month. I know. Man. This is pure LARP? Yeah, I mean, not anymore. Uh-oh. It's a raid wipe? Yeah. They got cleared out, bro. Man. Bro, they are busting the fuck in there. Holy shit. I love how, like, what's really funny to me about this is the fact that, like, anybody who's played Grand Theft Auto knows that you can't just, it's not like the cops, like, after you shoot 10 cops or you get rid of 20 cops, they're gonna stop coming. There's just gonna be more and more cops until they get you. Like, that's the way every game works. It's the same as, like, in Cyberpunk. Like, eventually they're just gonna send in max tac And they're gonna get you. And if you kill one of them, then they're gonna bring in another one. And then it's gonna be another one after that. It's like you're just eventually gonna lose. Like, what's this? But they didn't shoot cops? No, they didn't. But they're breaking the law, and the cops didn't shoot them either. Nobody's getting shot, at least as far as I know. Yeah. You definitely got the 5-star status. There's so much destroyed property, such a shame. Well, I mean, that's what happens. And the thing is that the university should be to blame for this. I do. I think it's the university's fault, because the university should have been much more proactive in this. They should have stopped this way faster and way earlier. They should have shut this down like a while ago. Like, because it's really not the police's fault, because it's really, I mean, like, it's a public, it's a public school, you can go on to school, but, like, it's really the university that sets the rules there, for the most part, right? Unless, criminal acts are being taken. But in terms of, like, blocking other people or anything like that, that's really up to the purview of the university, not the police, for the most part. So the police, they're waiting on the call. And the university should have called a lot fucking earlier, and none of this shit would have happened. Yeah, let's be honest. Even if they are breaking the law, they're not doing it in a harmful and endangering way. That's not the way to treat people. Oh, I absolutely think it is. I totally support the police. They're doing the exact thing I think they should. This is what my taxes are supposed to be going towards. I don't want to see a bunch of clowns go and get in front of a building because they think that they can and bully everybody else. They can't go in the building. That's insane. No, of course you can't do that. That's ridiculous. Nobody thinks this, and you don't either. The moment this happened to something to you that you were involved with, this happened to your house, you'd be freaking out. You'd be wanting the police to come here too. Like, look at January 6th. Look at any of the other cases, like the Charlottesville rally. No, this is not a principled stance that anybody has. The moment that this stuff affects them in a way they don't like, they immediately flip the script. Nobody believes this stuff is good. Look at those taxes, beautiful. Yep, there it is. That's our taxes at work, boys. Yeah. What's this here? How's this going to post the same? No, it's really simple. Don't break the law. Don't block places off. If people tell you to disperse, and the police tell you to disperse because you're, the people that own the property want you to leave and you don't leave, then the police should come and arrest you and put you in jail. It's really simple. It's such a simple concept. And it's sad because this is an Ivy League school. These are people that are supposed to be smart. And they don't even understand a basic concept like this. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, brainwash. Yeah, it's disturbing. And yeah, okay, here we go. Here's some more of it. Fraternity brothers help police tear down the Gaza camp. Wait a second. Really? Oh my God, where is this? Can I see this?
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best ways that you can support us here at
where is this?
What we want to avoid, say, about left.
Command me.
Look at these!